Hello, this is a recap of American-Australian film called Fortress. Please don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. The movie begins in futuristic Canada where the government has banned the birth of a second child to control the population. No one is allowed to give birth to more than a child, even if the first one dies. At the heavily guarded Canada-United States border station, an immediate voice requests everyone to take their personal belongings to an inspection office. Former Army officer John Henry Bernick and his wife Karen Bernick are in a car about to be inspected. The couple seems to be nervous about the check. When Karen moves her arm, a magnetic vest that she is wearing inside her overcoat is visible. Turns out that Karen is pregnant and they are going to Vancouver to give birth to their second child. After the first child is born, the government ties the families too. However, Karen gets lucky and gets pregnant again, so the magnetic vest is to cover her pregnancy. When they are at the inspection center, the soldiers order them to get out of the car with their belongings. While a soldier checks Karen's bag, a girl in front of them gets arrested for being pregnant, but as Karen walks through the scanning machine, the magnetic vest stops it from alerting the guards. The couple is safely outside, but one guard approaches them and notices the magnetic vest on Karen. An alarm starts to ring and the soldiers attack them. John manages to fight them and runs away with Karen to cross the bridge. As the soldier pursues them, John asks Karen to run away without him, and she reluctantly agrees. John is soon arrested, but Karen manages to flee. In the following scene, we see John and the other prisoners like him in a vehicle being taken to a prison called the Fortress. It's a privately owned maximum security prison operated by the Mintel Corporation. The Fortress lies in the middle of the massive desert and escaping from the prison is impossible. They get inside the facility and the guards make them strip naked. A voice in the background welcomes the prisoner to the Fortress and introduces himself as the director, Poe. The prisoners are then brought to a room where everyone is fitted with a psychological security intelligence system. The system is fitted into their intentions and tracked when anyone breaks the prison's rules. The process is called anesthesia. Poe announces that after the implantation of the technology, the prisoners who cross the yellow line of the floor will be inducted with extreme pain in their abdomen, and the ones who cross the red line will die instantly. One of the inmates gets nervous and crosses the yellow line. As soon as he does, he falls down in pain. He accidentally crosses the red line too. The man's stomach starts to bloat and eventually bursts. Others are put into an elevator that goes underground. It is revealed that the person is 30 stories underground. John and a fellow inmate named Nino Gomez are left off on a floor. They are greeted by a monitoring device called the Z10, which takes them to a crowded prison cell. One of the inmates named Stiga yells at Zed, claiming that the cell already has too many people, but Zed instead threatens to anesthetize him. The cells have a laser beam that stops inmates from going out when not needed. John introduces himself to another inmate named D-Day. As they are about to fall asleep, the third inmate named Abraham tells John to not dream. After everyone is asleep, Zed comes to inspect the prisoners. It scans John's face and goes into his dream. John is dreaming about him making love to Karen. Somewhere else in the monitoring room, the prisoner's director, Poe, watches John's dream and the girl infatuation with Karen. He reminds John dreaming is an unauthorized thought process that is not allowed in the facility and wakes him up. Sharp pain in his abdomen makes him struggle, suggesting that he has been anesthetiated. The following day, the inmates are made to work in underground construction. A homosexual inmate named Maddox sexually assaults Nino. John comes to his rescue and fights Maddox. Zed stops the combination by triggering the device in their abdomen. Later, the three of them are kept in a tiny laser cell and asked who started the fight. Nino is too scared of Maddox to tell the truth to save Nino. John lies that he himself starts the fight. He is taken to Poe's office where Abraham is shaving Poe's beard. Poe shows John a live video of Karen showering. As it turned out, she was arrested after John and brought to a prison as well. Poe intimidates Karen and John, making them whimper in pain. Later, Abraham tells John that floor A and B are the women's quarters, so Karen might be there too. Then we see Karen in her cell talking to a fellow pregnant girl. As her stomach starts to hurt, two guards take her away. Everyone in the woman's quarter is pregnant. Karen realizes that the facility does something with their newborn children. In the man's quarter, Marex picks a fight with John. The man gets into an intense battle as everyone in the facility watches them. Along with Poe from his cabin, Karen sees her husband from her floor and is surprised. Both the parties are blooded when John pushes Maddox off the edges, but he hangs into it. Bo orders John to finish off Maddox, but John instead helps him. Bo takes the matter into his hands and uses a weapon to kill Maddox that blow up his wild stomach, creating a hole in it. John finds Maddox's abdomen advice on the floor and secretly hands it to Nino before being taken away by the guards. In the following scene, Karen walks into a room where John is suspended in a massive machine called the Mind Whip Chamber. Bo has sent her to ask John to cooperate with them. They talk for a while, but the guards drag her out soon. The machine starts moving along with John, making him hallucinate. This is his punishment for not obeying director's Bo's order to kill Maddox. John's brain slowly starts to break down as he sees his time at the military, his wedding day, and so on. After 3 days, Bo invites Karen to his chamber. He is surprised that John has lasted this long, as the maximum someone has ever lasted in the machine is an hour. He offers Karen to let John free if she stays with him at his chamber as his companion with no choice left. Karen agrees. When John returns to his cell, he is completely brain dead. He doesn't talk to anyone and has become completely numb to pain. Karen has started to live with Pooh. One night, she wakes up to see Pooh in a chair attached to several wires. As it turns out, he was modified to be an advanced human. He doesn't sleep or eat, but intakes amino acids once in a month. The same happens with all the children born in the prison. They go through several procedures to be turned into advanced humans so that one day mankind can be free of overpopulation and starvation. Pooh was one of the first babies to be experimented upon. Karen is shocked by the information. 4 months passes and John has still not recovered. Abraham tells him that Karen's belly is finally showing and his baby will be born in the world soon. John doesn't react, but shed as a single tear. That night, Karen tricks Pooh into drinking alcohol, which makes him passes out. She uses the control panel to control John's dream, in which she sees the kid version of John trapped in a pit. She brings him out of the pit, bringing the real John back into consciousness. His inmate friends are shocked and happy to have him back. John asks Abraham to help him escape the prison with Karen. Abraham is skeptical but agrees to do it for John anyway. Abraham tells Karen about John's recovery. She is over the moon about her plan working. She claims that she can help him with the escape and start to devise a plan. Later, Nino hands John the device he had gotten from Maddox's body. Their inmate friend's daddy used to be a computer geek before coming to the prison. He offers to take the device apart and study it. Next, we see Karen steal a diamond-like holographic lens from Boo's cabin. She almost gets caught but manages to hide the device inside her mouth. She hands the device to Abraham the following day and asks him to give it to John. Abraham doesn't want to get in trouble but accepts doing it as a favor. The guy uses the cell's protective laser beams to trigger the lines and look at the hologram of the facility. They find that there is a way out through the construction site. The following morning, Abraham puts the lines back in Boo's cabin. Boo asks Karen to divorce John and marry him. He claims he will treat the child as his own and even promises to let John free. Karen accepts the offer for her husband and child. Meanwhile, Dee figures out how the installation device works. The device is magnetic and can be used to bring out the device from other bodies. They try the procedure and are surprised when it works. They get all of their institution's device out. The following day, Boo is alerted by Zed to look through the security camera footage, where he sees Karen stealing the lines and Abraham putting him back. He's angry to see he has been betrayed, but Zed informs him that he has been dismissed because of his carelessness. Meanwhile, the boys put their plan into action. They attacked their institution device to a metal pipe in the construction area and poses as if they are fighting. As Zed finds out about the fight, it triggers the installation, causing them to explode. This creates a way for them to escape through the pipe, but Boo activates the steam valves and sends hot gas into the pipes to keep them trapped. He also activated the strike cones who start firing at the group from inside the facility. They are stuck in the pipe now. One of the inmates stages panic and tries to go into the facility again, but the clones shot him dead. Meanwhile, Abraham approaches Karen and the facility, but before they can do anything, Boo finds them. He kills Abraham and makes some soldiers take Karen to turn her baby into an advanced human like him. Meanwhile, the guys manage to kill one of the the clones and find out that he is advanced human as well. John takes his gun and attacks the other clones. They get inside the facility while battling the clones. In the end, they manage to get on top of an elevator-like machines that lifts them up. Everyone in the prison cheers for them when they see them escaping. They finally reach Bob's chamber and demand to meet Karen. The screen shows the doctors trying to distract her baby. John threatens Bob to cause the delivery, but since he has been dismissed, the system doesn't take his command. One of the killing devices recognizes the guy and tries to shoot them, but they quickly dodge it, making Boo its victim. After Boo's death, Dee gets on the control panel and tries to stop the doctor from performing the procedure on Karen. But before he can complete the process, a clone shoots him. John manages to kill the clone and an injured Dee disables the whole facility electrical system. With his final strength, the doctor stops the procedure for the time being. The security system fails and every prisoner starts running away. John and Nino are the only survivors. They go to look for Karen and take her away from the doctors. The three get into a vehicle and finally drives away from the facility. They only stop when they cross the border and reach Mexico. Karen is about to give birth in a shed when the vehicle they drove in starts to move on its own, and it turns out it is still being controlled by the facility. It hits Nino and kills him. John goes out to fight the vehicle as Karen is in a looper inside the shed. John attacks the vehicle with a weapon from earlier and explodes it, but the vehicle strikes the shed and Karen is buried in its remains. At this rate, John looks for his wife and finds her safe nearby. She has a newborn baby in her hands. The movie ends and the two look at their kid in fascination. I hope you like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.